Hello you guys, my name is Mia and this is my first YouTube video. I just wanted to get to know me and honestly just briefly tell you guys my whole Crohn's and colitis story because I have had it for 7 years. So I'm almost 19. I was diagnosed when I was 11. And here we go with a little run through. Okay, so in 2013 I was diagnosed with Crohn's and it was mild Crohn's. I was pretty much sick for like 8 months before I got diagnosed. From the start, when I started feeling ill and my parents did a lot of research, I was gluten-free, paleo for a bit, really strict on my diet, and did a lot of like natural supplements, all the things. But when I got my colonoscopy, I was told that I had mild Crohn's and colitis. I was super underweight, so they wanted to put me on an immunosuppressant right away, which I did. I went on Remicade for about 1.5 years, and then I went in to do this one transfusion. The transfusions were 8 hours long. It was miserable. Like every single day that I had to do that, my mom had to bribe me like anything because I was so scared of needles. It was honestly the worst days. And I was in 5th grade, so I just wanted to like go to school and like have fun and like whatever. Went into this one transfusion and I got anaphylactic shock. My body was not okay. I fainted. I really don't remember a lot what happened, but I know that I got like super hot and cold, and then all of these nurses came. I woke up and then they gave me a bunch of like Benadryl and Tylenol, and then they started the transfusion again. But after that transfusion, my GI was like, we can't do this again. Like, your body's not reacting to it. But I got into remission so fast with that drug. So I'm so grateful for that. And then after that, we were like, hey, so what's our next drug? Like, do we need to go on a drug? Whatever. So I started Humira, and I did a really large dose of it. And I was on that for like 1.5 years, and my skin started to get super psoriasis, eczema, like all over my arms. My hair started to fall out. It was honestly so traumatic because I was going to school. I was too insecure to go to school. I was getting judged at school. There was all of these just judgmental people, and that just really crashed my confidence and touched too much on that. Keep going. So I started going to the dermatologist, and they were like, you have psoriasis, you have eczema, and also, those of you that don't know, Humira is a drug for Crohn's but also psoriasis, and 1 in like 1.2 million people will get psoriasis from Humira if they're taking it for Crohn's. So I was that unlucky one, and I did get really bad psoriasis and eczema and dandruff. My skin was just so bad. So then we cut the dose of Humira half because the dose that my GI prescribed me first was for a 300-pound man. Just put it in proportion. A 300-pound man could have that same. So we cut the dose in half, which was amazing because my skin got a little bit better. It was really on and off, never got super perfect like it was before. My hair was still falling out. So we decided, after being on Humira for 3 years, I was still gluten-free, I was still taking so many supplements, I was doing acupuncture, I was doing so many natural healing herbs, all the things. So we were like, you know what, we're gonna stop Humira and we're gonna just be super strict on the diet, super strict on the supplements, like, you know, we'll be in remission, like, we're okay. We got so many things behind us. So I got off of it and I was in complete remission for 3.5 years. It was so amazing to not be on any immunosuppressant, and healed my body. I was healing, I was still in great health, and I didn't need something to put me in remission other than my diet, my mental health, all the things. 3 years ago now, I got back into a flare. I started getting sick again, feeling sick. I got anemic, and I do blood work very often, probably like once a month, and stool tests. So once I started getting back in a flare, I got super strict on my diet again. Like, it kind of like slacked off after the 3 years. But I've always been gluten-free. I've been gluten-free for 7, almost 8 years now, because right when I got sick, I was like cutting out gluten. So once I started getting into my flare again, I saw my calprotectin go quite up, like very up. And we were like, well, now what? And my GI was like, you should get on a steroid like right away. You don't want this to get bad. And I was like, no, I don't really want to get on a steroid, And so I continued to just like let it go on. I was still like living my day-to-day life, and as soon as I got off Humira also, like my hair started to like regrow. My skin cleared in probably 5 months completely. Like at like 100%. My skin was so clear. And then once I got back into my flare, after like a year into this, I was like, you know what? Like I've been anemic and I'm really not feeling well, and I'm about to go into high school, and I just really need to get back onto an immunosuppressant. So that's where I went on some steroids, and that cleared it up pretty good, but that's not a long-term medicine. So I decided to go on Stelara, which I'm still on Stelara. I've been on it for maybe 2 years now. I really don't know, like the timeline's very great, but my skin the last 6 months has flared up again. I'm like itching myself, but my eczema like on my armpits and my ears and my chest and my belly button. So I don't know if this is because of Stelara or what my next step is to do, but this is pretty much the last 7 years. I have continued to take my supplements. I take all of like the turmeric, iron, liquid iron, so many things, and I'm really strict on my diet, which helps so much. I'm allergic to eggs, really random things, but that really affect me. So that is basically it. That's my Crohn story. I don't know if I said this, but my birthday is in March. I'm gonna be 19 and I live in Maui. And yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I want to share my story and my life, and maybe some things that have helped me in the past will help somebody else. And I just love sharing my life and vlogging, and bear with me if this was like poorly edited or all the things, but yeah. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will continue just sharing my tips and tricks with Crohn's disease, eczema, psoriasis, and yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.